like a little man that likes cuddling. Really getting on my nerves. Welcome back to another episode of Not My Bag. I'm Joe, and today I'm joined by, this is a really nice intro, TikToker, YouTuber, author, and host of the Private Story podcast. It's Ami Charlize.
Hey guys.
It's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
It really has. I feel like when I first met you, I was like, when you get me on then?
I know, it's been like 2 years.
Honestly, I know, but we're finally here.
I'm really glad you're here. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
How have you been?
Yeah, I've been really good, you know. I feel like I needed a little bit of a break, so I jetted off to Marbella like 3 days ago.
Oh, cool.
Landed back like 2 nights ago now. So I had like a good little zen weekend
lovely.
away with my family. And I'm feeling really good now. I'm really, really excited for what's coming up.
Good. And are you ready for locked in? Are you going and locked in? I've seen some things.
Can we please stop with this now? Because obviously I'm now dragging it as well because it's funny. Like I wanted to get involved because I don't even see these videos because I was saying earlier, like my account on TikTok, because I'm under 18, is really restricted. So I can't see like half the videos I get tagged in because it says like they've been removed because they're all like 18 above accounts.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
So I can't even see half your videos. Like it's really annoying. Yeah.
You're lying.
Like Pretty Little Thing will post my edit and I can't even see what they've posted of me.
That's bizarre. I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, so if your account's like proven to be under 18, like they know my age, then they like restrict me from certain things. So I can't see these TikToks, right? But I was saying earlier, I went to a party the other day and before all my friends came around and we was all getting ready together and the girls were like, "You're not going to Spain, are you?" It's like, what do you mean I'm not going to Spain? I'm going tomorrow morning, girls. You're going on Locked In, aren't you? I was like, guys, my own friends don't believe that I'm not going on.
I mean, I didn't believe it either. I thought you were going.
I mean, yeah, everyone has asked me. Like, even my manager was like, what's going on? Like, what have you like signed
You've just signed it and not told anyone.
Yeah, so I think at this point in time, everyone thinks I'm going on, but I'm not going on.
But you're not going on because do you have to be 18 to go in there?
Yeah, so it's 18 and above, and obviously I'm not 18. I think it's also because, like, obviously if there's over 18s with a 17-year-old in a house, I think that's like probably illegal.
And they sometimes get people in there that are like, who was it last year? That was
Angry Ginge, wasn't it?
He was on Inside, but they had Fu Izzy, I think, was like 30.
Oh, yeah.
And then Casey was just 18.
Came in for the day.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Obviously Angry Ginge did, but yeah. So Fu Izzy was like a bit older, and then Casey was obviously 18. But it didn't matter. But obviously they have got to be careful. So maybe next year.
I was going to say, would it be on the cards for you to do it?
I feel like maybe. There's a lot that I really, really want to do, and I think Locked In's up there was something that I'd like enjoy doing.
I just think it's all of the screaming and those challenges with like the dogs chasing you. I just don't think I could do it. You know?
Like, I really want to do I'm a Celeb, so that doesn't really faze me.
True.
So I don't really think that's a problem for me. Like, I could easily get chased by a dog. Like, it's fine. I know that they're trained, so they're not gonna. Well, hopefully, imagine that's the end of me on.
I would not want to be chased by an untrained police dog. I'll tell you that right
imagine. Now. But no, I think definitely something that I'd do in the future. But obviously my age restricts me from quite a lot.
Yeah, well, not long now. Are you going to do like you have sweet 16s, don't you? So you're going to have like a big 18th party?
Well, of course. You're on my list. Like, you should see how big this list is.
I was going to say.
I've got like brands. I've got like family. I've got like my American family.
You might as well sell out an arena at this point.
Honestly, like Wembley.
Ami Charlize at Wembley.
Can you imagine? No, it will be big. Like, I'm thinking nightclub, Mayfair, and then like it ends at 2 and we all go out after.
I'm down for that.
But I mean, not on my actual birthday because I'm going to Ibiza.
Oh my God, it's already all planned out.
No, like me and the girls have already booked it all. We're like ready.
Bloody hell. That's great because I'd never plan things. I'm a week before guy, you know?
Yeah, that is the problem at the moment, is that all my friends were like, we'd rather do it sooner than later. And I was like, same, because Ibiza's hella expensive. Like,
that's a girl group thing though, isn't it? My girl group from home do that. Like they will strategically plan the night out. I'll have a group chat about what outfits are being worn. Then I'll have a group chat about pre-drinks, which is a separate group chat. It kills me. I hate it, Liv. Please stop it.
Yeah, literally. No, you do love it though. I feel like sometimes you kind of need it when people are like structuring your life as well. Like one of my friends, Lily, she's a bit older than me, so she's been to IB for like tons this summer.
Oh, okay,
probably like 6 times in total. And she was like, "This is what we're doing.
I do love IB.
This is what we shouldn't do." I know. I'm so excited.
Honestly, I would be excited because it's my favourite place in the world.
No, it looks like I feel like I'm gonna have a really good time. But we're also looking at doing like a bit more of like a Zante.
Oh,
or like a MAGA. And I'm like, oh, it's
what's
gonna be crazy.
What's that show? Sunsets and Suspicious Parents. I could see you and your mum on that 100%.
Can you imagine? No, none of that, please.
I love your mum.
Oh, my mum. Honestly, she was so gutted she couldn't be here today.
I know. I feel like last time I saw you both was the NTAs.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And she just like came for moral support.
I went, are you coming? She went, in this outfit? Are you joking?
She went straight back to the hotel, waiting for me. And then she picked me up and we drove home. Like, literally dropped Millie McLaughlin off on the way because she lives near me.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, it was great. We had
How
like
was
Millie
the NTAs for you?
It was definitely an experience because I didn't do the red carpet last year.
Was that your first one? Like first proper time?
I would say. 'Cause last time it was the box with HLD.
Fine.
So that was when I first met, like, I think I first met you there. Like I met everyone.
I think so, yeah.
At the NTAs. I'd never done it before.
It's a lot, isn't it?
That first time was very, very scary, but it was fun. And then this time, I was like, what do you expect from a red carpet?
Yeah.
People are screaming. And Indeka next to me. Olivia Rapp was next to me. I'm like fangirl, like inner fangirl, like bad.
Yeah.
And then like, I'm just like, Cherish, like film all this for me.
It is crazy. I've never been on a carpet busier in my life.
This year was crazy.
This year was a lot. And my mum was also like, my mum had a few Prosecco's before we got on the carpet and she was doing the exact same thing, but she was vocalising it. So she saw, who was it? She saw Mary Berry and was screaming. You know that guy that does the money stuff on This Morning, like Martin Lewis?
Yeah.
She like grabbed him. She's like, you need to sort out my mortgage. I was like, hi, this is my mum. Oh my God.
Oh, Lisa's the best. I remember seeing her because we all met before, didn't we? And she's just sitting there and she's like, I'm not standing sitting there with a drink. Yeah, like I was like, I'm like Lisa Baggs when I'm older.
Yeah, I want to be like her.
NTAs was very cool. It was very
fun. It's a lot, isn't it? But it's fun.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take it back to when you first started out doing TikTok and YouTube. And I wanted to know, because obviously I am, probably 10 years older than you, maybe 10 years older. That's really, really horrible to say out loud. But I know I don't look a day over 22.
You don't.
And so I wanted to know kind of how that journey started for you and what the time was when you thought, oh, like this is actually taking off and I can build a career in this, because it must have happened for you like so young.
Yeah, I mean, I was always like a performer. Like my parents said they always thought that I was going to do something on the lines. Like I was the little baby child. Like I'm the youngest in my whole family.
Right.
So they always just had me as like their entertainer. Like my sister was making me like twerk when I was like 3.
Okay.
Like to X Factor. Like we were always dancing in our family, like having fun. And the girls used to film me. Like my sister was the biggest like Justin Bieber fan. Like biggest. Robin's your age. So you can imagine like she's that girl that's going through the Justin Bieber phase. Yeah. And she used to make me cry in front of a camera, pretending that I'm crying because I really want to meet Justin Bieber. Because some girl went viral for like doing that and then met Justin Bieber. So she was like, cry more, make it more believable. Yeah. So she can meet him. It never worked. She's still not met him to this day. But I think I was that kid where like they'd put me in front of the camera and make me dance and stuff. So from a young age, like they always thought it. I was always like, I want to be a dancer. Like I always talked to Kane about this because that was my dream.
I remember you saying.
Like I wanted to do West End. I wanted to do it all. So I was always saying like, oh, like, yeah, that would be fun. And my mum and dad were like, do presenting. And I was like, no, I want to be a dancer.
Dancing and presenting is so different as well.
It is so different. Like I never realised. So I was always like just dancing, never really had my voice involved. And then in lockdown, I was 12 or 13.
Were you?
Yeah, I was year 8 of school. Yeah, I was 12. So... Please, I absolutely hate it, right? Because when I was 12 years old, I had been at school for a year. Then it was year 7, I had year 7, and then year 8 it was like it's coronavirus. So I was like great, really scared, but I think I had no fear because I was looked away so quickly after starting school. So I was like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna do acting videos. Okay. So obviously, like when you dance, you have to do the 3: the dance, the singing, and the acting.
Right. Triple
but
grab.
I hated the singing. Okay. I couldn't sing. There's one video on social media of me singing, and if it ever gets resurfaced, I will cry. Yeah, it's the worst.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. I loved acting, so I was like, I'm gonna go and film a POV. They were really big at the time. I don't know if you remember.
I do. Yeah, is that how
I got on
yeah, that's how you started. And there was some other people that, like, does Izzy Povs, is that what she started out doing?
So me and Izzy were actually, she was 15 and I was 12 when we first started texting. So I'd known Izzy for years.
Yeah.
But I started doing acting videos. Izzy was actually an inspiration for me because I was like, she's a few years older than me. She's cool. She's at school too. So I started doing acting videos. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I saw a girl say, put vapor rub under your eyes and it'll make you cry for longer. I burnt my eyes. I don't think I can physically cry for longer than 3 minutes now because I've literally burnt all the water out.
It's quite strong.
So I was putting Vic, which is obviously what you
put in your chest, and it burns your chest.
It burns. Yeah. And I was putting it right on my eyelid and crying for probably like 3 hours straight.
Who told you to do this?
This is my weird brain in lockdown. I had nothing better to do. Okay, I was so bored. Yeah. So I did like crying videos. Some of them are so deep. And now I look back, I'm like, why was I thinking that at 12?
Oh, really?
But it was like great videos and the content did great. So I did quite a lot.
I didn't know you started off doing that.
This is what's weird. I did acting for so long.
It's crazy.
So for like a year and a half I was doing acting, but there was one video that blew me up and I gained 400k in a week. And
it was like that back then, wasn't it?
It was like
because that happened
mad.
to George and I. We had gained like 100k in 1 week once, and I thought, yeah, this is like mental.
Yeah, and
mental
then you're always expecting more after, and then you're like, it's not like this anymore.
And it's now, and you're sat there like, what's going on?
No, there was a phase though, I think, where people were growing instantly, and I remember I did. It was like a Veruca Salt video, you know, like in Charlie Chocolate Factory.
I know.
There's a song where it's like when Veruca says bye, and it's like a brat. So I had a lollipop, and a Pretty Little Thing jumper on.
Love it.
And I was working it on this camera, and it got like 18 million views, and like Jojo Siwa copied it.
No
And it was
way.
like really cool, and like me, 13 years old at this point, I think, because I've been trying for like a year.
Yeah.
It didn't really get me far, and then it was lockdown where like I think everyone was just on their phone, so you had more of a chance to blow up.
I agree. That was the time when TikTok was fully taking off. And I look back at what I used to do when I was like at school, like 13, 14. I used to make like silly YouTube videos with my mates, but obviously we didn't have the platforms like we do now.
No.
So I guess for what you were doing, like it just made sense to naturally just try it on TikTok and see what happens.
And I think I just had like no fear. And then I went back to school, and then it was awful for me because
I wanted to ask this, is it?
Yeah.
I know Anastasia had the same thing happen, and I used to get it to a degree at school when like you'd make like silly videos and people would be like, oh, like what's that? That judgment. Did you have that?
Really bad. Yeah. So like I didn't go to school for like 4 months because the police advised me it was too unsafe to go into my school. Yeah. We had like the police involved like 4 times in total.
Crazy.
There was just so many like weird things that happened, and like I just think kids weren't very understanding of it. I hated school. Like school was the worst for me. But now I look back, it was bad, and then it was like okay for a month, and then it would get bad again.
Yeah.
But we looked at like homeschooling.
Okay.
We looked at everything, but I couldn't get into the other schools in my area because it was like the peak of the bullying was year 9 to 10, where you start doing your GCSEs. So I couldn't move.
You had to stay at the same school to do that.
Yeah. So it was really difficult, and people always say like, why don't you just leave? And I'm like, if we could have, it would have been so much easier, but it was just so hard.
Yeah. Did it affect your exams and stuff?
I think it definitely affected. People always say on my videos, because there's a lot coming out at the moment, and obviously I came out with my GCSE results, which people were like, I'm surprised you did that. But I was really happy to do so, because I was like, do you know what? Whatever I got, I'm proud of myself, because I had such a bad time. Me going into that lesson was something anyway. So I posted that I got a 2 in business. Right. And obviously this is like social media.
That's good, isn't it? Because they've changed it since I was... No?
That's like... 1's the worst.
Oh.
And like 7 and 8 is the best.
It's all changed since back in the day when I was there.
So I don't even know what that is. Like probably like an E.
Oh.
Right. Like I got really bad in my business, but I didn't go to my lesson for a year.
Okay.
So I was in like a special support group instead. So I'd sit in a class, me, a man, and then like 2 other kids.
Okay.
And we'd all just do like maths and English and like extra support in them. So I didn't do business for a year. And it's not really like GCSE business isn't like where you just like write your business ideas and stuff. It's like you've got to put it in like a point, explain, examination.
Also, it's like I did that, and it was at GCSE, and they said, "Oh, how would you set up a franchise and all that?" It's not like actual real life business.
Yeah,
it's
like what I do now is completely different to what I was doing at school. So obviously, people are always like, "How she's coming out with businesses when this?" But I was like, I didn't go to my lessons for a year.
I mean, I got an E in economics, and and I still do my taxes and stuff now. So it shows that you can change.
I mean, my dad does help me massively when it comes to taxes still, but I can't even do it myself. I don't even have a bank account yet. You have to be 18. So
the thing that threw me on this pod the most is when you said that you were 12 when we went into lockdown, because I just went,
I know.
I was sending engineers to bloody Saudi Arabia. I used to be in recruitment. So when you said that, I thought,
but
crazy.
It's changed a lot since then. But I definitely think when it comes to like school and all of that, like I look back and I'm like, God, I'm so glad I'm out.
Yeah.
More than you see people be like, you should have treated them days and you want to go back eventually.
No, that's a lie. That's all a lie. Because honestly, I wouldn't go back and do it again. I'm happy it's done. So.
It's not for everyone. And I think that's why I always try like explain to people. I don't want everyone to sit there, because the amount of meet and greets I go to and girls like, I hate school too. And I'm like, no.
No, like it's not that you want people to hate school. It's just you're kind of a good representation to people that even if you don't have a good time at school, you can still come away and turn it into a positive and be successful.
Because
you don't let it define you.
I think a lot of people let that stuff happen. And like, you know, when you get bullied, you're like, oh, you know, I'm just going to quit. And the amount of times, like, I'm not going to lie, I was like, should I just delete my account? I might actually live a more normal life. At school. But then I was like, well, am I going to let them determine my future? Imagine, this is me sitting in my room, I'm like, imagine if I could get like a PLT deal, or what if I could do that? Like they would be so jealous, and then I'd be winning in life, and then eventually it happened. So I think it's just like about knowing that if you are going through it, then you can get through it.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
Instead of like letting people determine your future.
No, you're a good example to young girls that are going through the same thing, because especially with social media, I think bullying is like way more prevalent now than it ever was before.
Yeah.
And especially like it's so easy to have those platforms. Like like Snapchat and stuff where it just disappears. Like it's so easy to then just send hate to people and do whatever because people feel like there's no consequences anymore.
Yeah, there isn't. That's the thing.
I just think it's so awful.
People just literally ruin it. But I definitely think for like young girls, I do quite a lot of meet and greets. And when I have them, like me and mum will come out crying because like girls will be like, oh, like honestly, their mums will come up to us and be like, you don't know how much you've saved my daughter's life without you. Like some girl, she won't mind me saying this because she let me say it before, but basically she was going through a really, really hard time and was staying in like a hospital for mental health. Okay. And she'd tried to end her life a few times and she was only like 13, which breaks my heart. She's the nicest, sweetest girl, but she's had so much rubbish at school that she basically said that the nurses would come in every day and say, have you watched Ami yet? She'll cheer you up.
Oh, really?
And that literally broke my heart, but also made me feel like if I can make even a tiny bit of an impact to someone's day, then like,
then you're doing a good job.
I'm doing what I want to do. Like I don't care about the money side. Like even if I just get to like make someone's day a little bit better, then that's all I kind of want.
Yeah,
so it's great.
100%. And I was going to ask, with your age, do you feel like it's been quite difficult entering this industry so young and having people maybe like have preconceptions about you because of how old you are?
I think, yeah, like not like massively. I think everyone's so nice. And like, I never really feel like when I see you guys or I see like Grace or anyone, like no one ever makes me feel like, oh my God, like I'm a baby. Like you guys always treat me with
when I first met you, I just thought you were sober, right? So then someone was like, no, Ami's like underage, she can't drink. And I was like, oh, like I didn't see you as any differently. I just thought, oh, she's obviously sober.
Yeah, no, literally when I go to events sometimes, that's when it gets hard, is when it's like, it hits 9:30 and everyone's a little bit tipsy. Slurring. And there's me like, I had the best night.
Yeah, you with the water light.
Literally, it's always me with the apple juice. Because I'm like, then I don't look that out of place because they don't know what's in that drink, but it's just apple juice.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like growing up, like at the beginning, there wasn't many girls that did it. More than now, I've got like Tallulah, Naya, there's quite a few girls.
Yeah, you have your kind of group as well from PLT, which you can hang with.
Which is lovely because before it was kind of like, I didn't feel alone, but I felt like, oh, like I'm missing out on a lot because everyone older gets to do stuff that I can't necessarily do. More than now, I've got my girl group and I'm happy. So one more year, that's what I keep telling myself.
Exactly. And also, like, trust me, when you hit 18, that's the only thing that really changes and gets better. Anyway, enough venting. What's the most unexpected opportunity that you've had come out of your social media career so far? Like, has anything happened where you're like, whoa, I can't believe this is happening?
I think coming out with a book was really cool.
I know.
I mean, I was like gobsmacked when I even got offered like an opportunity to like do that because I never really understood the process of writing a book. Obviously, it's something you always look at and you're like, that would be amazing. But like, well, how would I do that? Do you know what I mean? So having that opportunity and going through that process was like the coolest, longest process of my life.
Yeah.
I literally felt like I had to keep it in for like too long.
So did you, because some people like speak the book and then it's written down, some people get help. Did you write it yourself? Like, how did it work?
It was with a ghostwriter. Okay, she was incredible.
Come on, Cardi B.
But honestly, yes. The amount of times I felt like this woman wanted me to shut up and it would just go on and on. And then like she'd tell me like, I'm not going to obviously name names, but she'd tell me other people that she's worked with and I'd be like, tell me about her. What was she like when you had them calls? What was she doing in the background? And she was like, right, moving on. So what happened on this point of your life? So it was really, really fun because she was so helpful and really excited too about the whole thing. But I think sometimes like I'd literally have come out of like a meeting and I'm in that car for 2 hours just on the phone to her, like talking through everything.
That's good though.
So it was fun.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun. But I think definitely that, I would say the book was like an accomplishment in itself. And then getting to go on tour with it was like so cool.
So do you think you're going to do more like as you progress through your career? Do you think you're going to do multiple books? You're going to Katie Pricer?
Oh, I can't do
This is me
how
now.
Many this woman has, I'm like crazy. She came out with one the same day as me.
Did she?
So I was like, Katie, stop.
Not your op.
She
I can't believe
op.
that.
No, joking. I love Katie.
I actually listened to, I did an ad for Audible and actually listened to the book and
really?
I love her. Yeah. She's quite relaxing actually.
She's great. I absolutely love Katie. But so she came out with a book the same day as me. But I'd also say Pretty Little Thing.
Yeah.
When I first got that ambassadorship, I was 15 and like mental. It was me, Molly, and I think India. And not even Ella Thomas.
Actually, I remember seeing this because I remember seeing your announcement. That's absolutely
it was like
insane.
There was no one working for PLT at the time. I mean, we're ambassadors now. So
yeah,
but
I know.
Back in the day, there was no one, and I was like, "How am I even on this like this whole like journey with Pretty Little Thing, because when I first started working with them, it was like they gifted me a pencil case and I cried. I was like, oh my God, like, Mum, you don't understand. I'm going to go to school and everyone's going to be like, oh my God. And then I can say it's gifted. Like, I was so excited.
You just like pushing it out on the lunch table.
And,
like,
yeah, gifted.
It's gifted.
Hashtag gifted air. But that was like the kind of like for me, when I first got that DM, I had like 100K. I was at 12.
Oh, so they DM'd you?
They DM'd me on TikTok.
Did that?
And they were like, what's your address? We want to send you a goodie bag. So I got a pencil, I got a pencil case, got a pen. I felt like the it girl, right? And it was lockdown, so I couldn't even go to school with that one.
That is it girl behaviour in lockdown.
Yeah, and then it just progressively like got more and more. And then they was like, oh, we've never done this before, but we love to give you a discount code. And then they was like, oh, it done amazing.
Right.
Let's do this. So I think this is like one thing that people always misconcept is like you just get given it on a plate. But I was working.
Yeah, you like just built up that relationship.
Yeah, and
gradually.
even before, like I was always doing organic content for them because I genuinely love their brand. And I was like, I wear their clothes 24/7. Like I'm wearing the jeans right now. Like I always am wearing PLT.
Love those. They're very Lisa Baggs.
Thank you very much. I know. I was really going for Lisa today, just in case she popped in. But no, definitely, I feel like Pretty Little Thing in my books, my two.
I love that. And with social media in mind, what is one trend that you loved over the last few years that you've done, and one that you'd like rather forget about and never ever do again? I can think of a few for myself.
I can think of so many. Honestly,
do you ever look back at your old things? Like I flick back to when George and I think it was when we just started out, and I watched some of them and I thought,
it's the worst. It's the worst. But it's also like, it's nice to see how much you've grown as a person. But also it's like, I can't believe that was published by my phone on my finger. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense to
Digital footprint.
Literally is a real thing. But I always get tagged in videos of like my old YouTube videos. And like people clip them back now.
I've actually seen videos of you from years back that just come up randomly on a For You page. So
my old boy group and girl group, like we all used to film together all the time. Right. And I had like a little boyfriend at the time. And people always clip that. Boyfriend. No, we were literally like kids, and people always like, they should have got married. And I'm like, I broke up with him when I just turned 14. I think we're okay. And he's happy now. I'm happy now. Like, that's it.
Isn't that crazy to think about though? Because you've got like past relationships online, like people talk about it, and you were literally 14.
Yeah, like
and I look
was
back
12.
and I think if people now were still talking to me about who I was with at 14, I would literally rather go jump in the Thames. Do you know what I mean?
Well, thankfully some of the people stayed off the internet, because the people I've chatted to, honestly, I think people would be gobsmacked and very confused on why I went for them. Because so am I. I look back and I'm like, why were I even
14, babe?
Exactly. Like, I know. But I think definitely like them videos, I look back and I'm like, oh my God, why was I this cringe? Like there's me like, would you ever text another girl? Oh my God, I was 40. Like, why is he even having to be concerned if he texts another girl?
Why has he even got a phone?
Like, honestly. So I think them YouTube videos, I look back and I'm like, oh my God, like poor my friend group. Like I used to bribe these boys. I'd be like, guys, if you do this video, I'll give you all 50 quid.
Really?
And they go in school and everyone would hate on them and they'd be like, well, we got 50 quid. So
oh my God,
this is how
that's
we
a lucrative
work.
business. I would have done that too.
It actually was.
I was
we had
selling
so much
Cokes
fun.
and stuff out my bag from Costco in the playground. Do you know what I mean?
Just gave them a little bit of money and they were
you were paying people off videos. Can't believe it.
It was great. But I definitely say that. And then POVs. I look back now and I'm like, some of them I'm like, oh. Yeah. Some of them I'm like there's one, oh my God. It's of me like pretending that I had a car accident. And I'm like, no. And I'm like crying. And like it got clipped the other day and I had soap brow era bad.
Okay.
Like black blocky eyebrows. Like I've just had them tinted, so they're a bit dark, but they were bad. And someone brings this video up and it haunts me to death because it's the way there were builders outside and I'm in my mum's car pretending. And really? I had no shame in like coming out of like tears dropping down my face. So I'd say that's my biggest pet peeve.
To be fair, it's better to have no shame with it. Like I was dressed up as Katie Price again in my car the other day and the guy turned up to empty out our Portaloo. And I don't know why I was dressed up. I was dressed up as Katie for an ad, but the Portaloo guy was not expecting it. And I should have been more confident. Like you said, I should have just got out the car and been like, this is me. But I just hid behind those double Ds in the car and just, melted away.
That video made me cry. I remember being like, you're just, I just love it. I sometimes wish I had these rogue outfits in my wardrobe too.
It's getting a lot. Kane's getting wound up about it.
It's great. I love it, honestly. But I definitely say, that's my least. And then probably one that like I love as a trend. Oh my God. It's weird because I actually can't think of anything that like I loved, but I would say Get Ready With Me's, that era.
They're chilled,
that's when I changed from POVs to Get Ready With Me's. And I think that's where I become a lot more, like I loved it more because my followers actually knew more of my voice than me.
That's probably great for you because to go from acting to people getting to know you as a person, it's a really good way of...
But it's also really hard because you're like, what if any, like why did people want to hear me now. They wanted me for my acting.
Yeah.
So it was definitely difficult at first because I was like, what if people don't like it? But I started doing Get Ready With Me year 7, like Get Ready With Me for school on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, I've watched, so every single year that I went to school, I've got to Get Ready With Me for my first day of my life.
Do you?
So it's quite nice because when I look back when I'm older, I'd be like, oh.
That's actually really cute.
Yeah, and it's me like, Get Ready With Me for school.
I was going to say, what time are you up? Because I was rolling out of bed at 8 and running at 20 past 8.
That's once a year, like literally once a year, Joe. Other than that, we were getting up 7:45 at the house at 8. Like I did not care.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like my favourite era was like Get Ready With Me era.
That's cute. I've got a game for you. It's Would You Rather social media edition.
Oh God.
These are quite random. So I'm going to start with, would you rather lose all of your current followers but gain 1 million brand new ones tomorrow, or keep the following you've got now but never gain more?
I couldn't take away my followers now because I feel like I've got a little cute community.
Yeah.
So I'd say just stay with what I've got now.
I think that's a good bet.
Yeah.
I think it's a good bet.
Oh, that was hot.
I know, wouldn't it?
Oh.
I didn't write these. Would you rather always have your phone at 5% battery or always have your Wi-Fi connection lag? That is a hard one, actually.
But so it just stays at 5, or it's always...
Your phone, like, it's always at 5, but it would go down to like max 5%. So pretty much you got to always carry around a charger, like a portable charger.
Do you know what? I have to do that anyway. My mum puts them in my bag everywhere I go. But
good mum. Mine doesn't do that.
My Wi-Fi lags anyway. So I feel like I'd rather have good battery all the time than, like, you know, the Wi-Fi.
Imagine a gig with having like 2 power packs in your back pocket.
Oh,
Taylor Swift.
No. Oh, to be fair, I did bring like 3 and I bought one there as well because I was like, I cannot let my phone die when All Too Well 10-minute versions on.
10 minutes for a song.
Oh, it's the best.
Honestly, I was sat there and I thought she was doing like a, what's it called? Compilation of songs. 10 minutes. Good on her.
It's so good.
Would you rather have unlimited access to any brand collaboration of your choice or the ability to travel anywhere in the world instantly for content shoots? That's a good one.
Travel the world.
Yes.
Do you know how badly I want to do traveling next year?
I remember you saying before, so you're actually doing it. Is that on the cards?
I'm going to do
you?
Australia 100%.
Okay.
Like, I'm not like that phased about the Bali and Thailand yet. I feel like I'm still quite young and like you kind of appreciate that stuff more when you're a bit older.
I was going to say, they sound wild.
I want to do Australia. It just looks cute and wholesome and like the kangaroos and stuff. So I'm there for the cute vibe. And also like everyone comes back with the clearest skin. No makeup days every day.
I know. And everyone seems so much more at peace. I mean, I went to Bali and had the shits for 5 days straight and was put on a drip. So I would probably just do Australia.
This is my biggest fear is Bali belly. Like,
I know. And you can't escape it, babe.
No.
Like, you genuinely cannot. And also, I was having a few drinks out there and then I was brushing my teeth and everyone's like, you didn't use bottled water. Boom. You're done for. It's absolutely horrendous.
That's my biggest fear. Like, I actually suffer so badly with like trying new foods. So like if I got Bali belly and then on top of that, if I went to Thailand, I had to try new food because obviously their food's a lot different.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But then they do say like they do have like McDonald's in Thailand. So but I hate like fast food all the time. Like I really like dislike it. I just like my mum's roast.
Yeah. Oh,
so
don't get me started.
I don't know, but I'm gonna do Australia 100%.
Okay. Good plan.
Travel.
Would you rather have a lifetime supply of beauty products but never be able to try anything new, or always try the latest products but never get to use your favourites again? That's a good one, actually.
You know what? I've got my favourites always, so I'm going to have to say the first one.
Okay, fine. Okay,
definitely.
Lifetime supply. Would you rather be famous for a viral trend you don't really like or be underrated for something you're super proud of? That is a hard one. That is a really hard one.
Wait, underrated for...
So basically famous for a viral trend, but you're not really into the trend, so you just have to keep doing it, whatever. Or you're really underrated, but you're like content you absolutely love, but like you kind of haven't got a big following.
I feel like... I don't want to sound like that girl, but you'd want to go viral, no?
Let's be honest here. There are some trends that I do where I'm like, what on earth is this? But you just feel like you got to do it just to be like trendy. I mean, I'm also 10 years older than you, so I'm on the decline constantly.
No, never. You actually couldn't be. Like, honestly, you're always on my For You. I don't think you're ever declining.
That's good.
But I'd definitely say, like, there's some videos that, like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I do it. It does so well. And then I'm like, oh, it's actually quite fun. I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
Like, people
Are you into
enjoy
dances, the dancing trends? Because I can't move, so I find them really hard.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
They're always in my drafts.
I like the apple dance.
I can do the Tate McRae whole dance.
Can you?
But I would never post it.
Oh my God. Well, the song me and George made, the choreo from Tate McRae's song actually fits it really well. So I've been trying that at home.
That song, I listened to that in the shower the other day. Like I watched TikToks in the shower, no shame.
Yeah.
And it come on when you guys were talking about it and I was like, what is this song?
Yeah.
It was like Spotify version. I was like, what is going on?
I know.
So I listened to the whole sound on TikTok and I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, we've got a rock version coming out and then we're also making a Christmas song. So,
if you do a live show soon, that has to be your entrance.
Oh my God, 100%.
Imagine.
It is absolutely like disgusting to listen to though. I can't explain it, but it's amazing. I love it.
No, yeah.
It's got like 50k streams on Spotify.
That is crazy.
I know.
Oh my God, you better be making some commission.
Royalties. So your podcast.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've been on it. Mum and George have been on it. Tell us more about how that started and like the idea you came up with to do it as well.
Yeah, so I feel like there is a bit of a gap in age groups with podcasts.
Definitely. 100%.
And in America, there's a girl who's my age that does it. But other than that, not in England. There's a lot of like adulty podcasts and a lot of like older ones where I listen to it and it could be like, I don't know, a girl talking about her going clubbing and things. And I'm like, yeah, I don't relate yet. And then I'm like, I could go on and do a podcast for more things that we all relate to, but get guests on that I truly love. Like, I would never have a guest on if I didn't love their content. Like, I'd rather not do an ep that week or do a solo ep and, you know, do stuff like that than ever have someone on that I'm not particularly enjoying or I don't believe in them or whatever.
It's quite a personal thing when you're doing it and having that conversation.
I don't think they realise that. It's not just you turn on the camera and they're there. It's like you've got to meet them, you've got to greet them. And if you think they're not for you, then it's just going to be awkward.
I've had a couple of them where you're sat there and there's silence before the cameras come on and you're literally like, well,
do you know what? I'm really lucky. I've not had any bad experience ever. I think all the guests I've had have been amazing. So it was kind of an idea for like younger people and younger audiences that want to still listen to podcasts and be like, yeah, I listen to podcasts, but don't relate to these older ones. It was kind of like making one that's a bit like advicey, a bit you get to know the influencer or the celeb, but also like you get to like know about us and like what we're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was definitely just something that I wanted to do because no one else was doing it at my age.
Yeah, and I was going to say, because podcasts are, I say relatively new thing, that's stupid because they've always been around. I think they've been more popular in recent years, especially like after COVID and the whole TikTok and social media thing rose. But I agree with you because there's not really that many, like there's very specific genres of podcasts, like the true crime and all that.
I can't believe how many genres there are. When I first joined and I went into the studio that I like do my podcast and I was like, so who else do you have? I was like, what?
I know. Well, I mean, even with the fellas, there's football ones I've never even, obviously they're not catered to me, so I would never even know they're there. But there's a podcast for everyone. But I think that's great that you were like, okay, I want to target a different form of audience.
No, definitely. Because I watched Cal Freezy and Chip quite a lot and I always watched their videos first. And that was when they like interviewed Olivia Neal. Saffron back in like, I think it was like the beginning of when I watched a podcast.
Sure.
Before it was big. And I remember watching them and being like, oh my God, that looks so fun. Like, I want to do that. And then obviously it was just about timing and like school. I could not have done it with school.
Yeah.
I would never have been able to do it with school.
I can imagine that.
It was the summer that I finished school. So I had my prom, got back home from my prom after party at 4 a.m, had a meeting with my podcast team at 9.
No way.
And that was the day that I signed the contract.
Businesswoman, obsessed.
Honestly. So I signed my contract literally like obviously that summer of no school and then started my podcast early September. So
do you feel like it's helped you with confidence and like presenting ability as well?
Oh my God. Like if I watch back now and I'm like, oh, I've changed so much. But I think it's conversations. Like you don't realize how hard it can be to hold a conversation when you're like starting off, going to events as well. Like you need to make sure you're acting interested in them and it's not just like, you know, when people ask you questions and you sometimes get in a bit of a, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then you're like, oh, crap, I need to ask them what they're doing. Like it's very hard. But now because you're doing the interview and it's like, it comes so easy to me and I'm so intrigued in people's lives, but I can ask in a way that doesn't ever come across as like too much or too less. So I feel like the podcast has helped me massively. I really needed that.
It does really help. I mean, I actually have told myself I don't think I'd ever watch the first ep we ever did back because I remember just leaving and being like, I'm learning on the job. I'm learning on the job. Because you're not, when you start in social media, you're up against like, a lot of people in the industry that are maybe like broadcast personalities. They've started on telly or doing kids TV and whatever. And we're just learning as we go. So it's like a work in progress. And I literally was watching some of the old clips back and being like, oh my God.
I think my first ep was Saffron.
Oh, amazing.
Fangirl was there.
I can imagine.
Oh my days. Like I literally started social media looking up to Saffron. So when she was sat on my sofa, first guest, I was like, brace yourself. And I just had a massive allergic reaction the day before.
Really?
My eyes were like, more
Vicks?
Literally no Vicks. No Vicks.
You were just sat the night before like.
Can you imagine? Like I'm ready to cry for Saffron when she walks through that door. No. But I had that first episode and now I look back, I'm like, wow, it's changed so much. Yeah.
Who's been your favourite guest aside myself?
Honestly, I hate saying this because I've had some really like good eps. Like me and Casey had like an hour and a half conversation.
Did you?
When we normally film for like 45 to an hour.
Yeah, they're the best ones though.
They are the best ones because you can't stop talking. So I'd say that was a good one. I love having my friends on. So like Tallulah, she was a good ep. Naya, Grace Conda. But like them girls, it's really nice.
Doesn't feel like it's a tough job and it doesn't feel like it's hard work, does it?
No, but I think in a fangirl moment, probably Saffron.
Oh, amazing. Have you got anyone maybe in the pipeline or like a dream guest that you'd love to have on?
Jake Shane. I'm obsessed with him.
Don't even get me started.
No.
Do you know what? I'm so sad about this. I planned a Halloween shoot and I dressed up as Charlie XCX. Ahura did Chaperone and Grace was meant to be Sabrina Carpenter, but she was poorly. And then I saw Jake Shane post his thing yesterday and he did it. And I was like, and he did it so well. I'm obsessed with him.
He is the best. I watch his podcast every day. Like I literally sit in the bath, showing my legs like to myself and I'm listening to him. Like I'm so obsessed with him. And when I come out watching his podcast, I feel like a new woman.
I walked into a meeting room when I was in LA and literally panicked when I walked in because I thought, okay, like, I don't know these people. So I just walked in and went, hi, pussies. And I did it when I walked in to meet Christina Aguilera too because I just panicked. And because I was in America, I just thought, and I was listening to loads of Jake Shane.
It's just Jake Shane.
It just came out like Tourette's. I was like, hi, pussies. Everyone was like...
He is the best. Like I absolutely love him.
I think his content is amazing, and like his choreography with Tate McRae it's so funny.
Oh, and when he like really mimics people, like I just think he is the funniest, and like he seems like such a nice person.
Yeah,
and like me and him about Taylor Swift, I could like when he brings up like one comment on his podcast, I have to rewind that, and I'm like, what did he say about Taylor Swift? Yeah. I need to know what he's thinking about, like everything that's going on. So I think Jake Shane's my dream, which is funny because I would have been like Molly May.
I feel like you could actually do that though as well. I feel like that's achievable because I like the ones with podcasting where you're like, okay, like we could actually get there and do it.
Hopefully one day, but honestly, I think Jake Shane is my dream guest. Or Alex Bell. I love Alex Bell.
Would you ever do Call Her Daddy? Like if you were asked to do it?
Yes. Are you joking? Alex Cooper. I love that podcast. Yeah. And like I think she gets the most cool guests that you would never think of getting, but they make so much sense.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. Have you seen the Megan Fox one?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so good. It's such good listening. But yeah, I just wondered because I feel like I would want to do it, but I'd be so nervous.
So I discovered her really late though, because I didn't really like get I think obviously America's so far and their For You page is a lot different to us. When I was in America, my For You page was so different.
Oh, was it?
Because the algorithm there is like so different. Like they're like all my For You page was just dance videos when I was out there, and I was like, wow,
well, like the Mormon TikToks. Have you seen the mum talk?
And like you know that like dun, 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 dun. You know that TikTok?
No.
Oh my god, there's this TikTok and it's like I can't think of his name, but he does like this dance and James Charles did it with him, and it's like when he does this.
I probably have seen it,
You would definitely.
I'm just chronically online and it goes like, like a skid.
So this one trend I keep seeing and I did it. And there's one that I did the other day and people hating on me being like, why should you keep doing it? And I was like, it's just fun. Like I love a TikTok dance.
Yeah.
But I saw quite a lot of trends when I was in America. And I was just thinking, like, when I went to these events, like, where's Jake Shane?
It's a different type of content sometimes that pops off over there, though, because a lot of people that do the stitches, like Americans love that. And they love, like, a British accent doing those, like, commentary videos. I've noticed. And that's what kind of, like, pops off a lot over there. But, yeah, it is very different.
Call Her Daddy's great, though. But I actually have a traumatic experience when I first listened to it. I broke my whole These are my natural nails.
Oh, my God.
By Ab Girly. They're great. So my natural nails are really long and I was in Maldives and my mum and dad was like, we're going on a long walk. I thought UV's 11. If you think I'm walking around right now, there's no way. Burn me to a crisp. I need a tan. So I'm laying there like, burn my acne off while right, please. Like I need clear skin. So I was laying there and then I was listening to Call Her Daddy. I think it was a Madison Beer at.
Okay. Yeah.
It was really good.
So good.
And I had it on my, like I put my towel there. I listened to yours the other day as well. This is how I do it. I put my phone, then I put my towel and I put my ear next to it and I listen. And I got up and my sunbed fell onto my finger and my whole nail snapped, right? And I'm like, ow. I
can't believe they're your real nails as well. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy. I love it. I love Biab. And my whole nail snapped off and it was hanging on by a thread. And I was like, I'm never, like, I don't care. I don't care about blood, anything. I never felt so ill. I was so hot. It was like literally like 35 degrees.
Sunstroke and a broken nail.
Literally.
That's a Lana Del Rey album.
I woke up and I fainted. By myself.
Did you?
In the middle of
In the Maldives? I mean... Could be worse places to faint, but fucking hell.
Yeah, I was, honestly, and Call Her Daddy's still playing on that sunbed. I've walked into the
Did anyone like come and help or pick you up or whatever?
One of the workers was like, do you need a bandage? And I'm just on the floor like, yeah. I've never fainted other than once before when I was really ill.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've never had this before, but I literally, obviously, the pain of it shocked me so much. So I'm on the floor in the Maldives and Cooler Daddy's still playing. And I was like, well, where did I get up to? I can't remember.
And in the background, it's like, hey, daddy gang. You're
literally. So I remember, like, then I went and got my phone and I felt a bit better. And I sat in there just listening to the podcast and I was like, there's nothing else to do. And I called my mum.
What core memory for you as well.
I know. So Cooler Daddy has a really good place in my heart.
Was the Maldives nice? So I kind of want to go soon.
Oh my God, the best I've ever been on.
Is it? Okay, I'll get some Rex afterwards because I do want to go.
I will get on your plane. Like, it's the best. Like, no one will come with me again.
Do you have to go on the small, like, seaplane?
Yeah, it's the best. I love that stuff.
I'm scared of flying. And heights.
Yeah, maybe not the best, but I think you'd still enjoy it. And it's really short, so.
Is it like in the middle of the ocean? Like, is it?
Yeah.
Is there any storms, tropical storms? That's another fear of mine.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So we woke up one day and I thought our whole lodge was about to like fly off.
Yeah, see, this isn't for me.
But it's great. No, you'll love it. It's the best holiday I've ever been
I'll think about it. I have a game. It's called Emoji Face Off. Okay, so this is... do you remember when we did that thing together where it was like the noise and the face? I think this is where it's come from. So basically, I'm going to show you an emoji and then you've got to mimic the face and then I'm just going to see if you've done it.
So I'm going to make a noise of the face?
So just the face. So you've got to imitate the face.
Oh, just the face. Okay.
So, yeah, if it's convincing enough for us all, then I'll say yes, it's a pass.
Cheers. I bet it's going to be really bad. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got winking face. Yeah, perfect. Great. You nailed it. No. Oh my God, not this one. Okay. Smirking face.
Wait, I've done this before. This sounds really nice. Like when I'm bored at sleepovers, like we don't go out. We just sit in bed and like do funny things.
Okay.
Wait.
Yeah.
It's giving Debbie Ryan. Is it Debbie Ryan?
It is. It's giving Jess from last year's Love Island when she was like, I'm the prize.
Yeah.
I do that to Kane to flirt with him and annoy him when I know it's going to ick him out. Like the other night, he turned around to grab the remote and he turned back around and I was like...
Oh, I love it.
I love smirky face. This is a weird one. Mind blown.
How the hell am I meant to do that? Just me and maths. That's literally all I can give you. Me trying to do algebra in school.
We're going to fail you on that one then.
Okay, fail me.
Woozy face. Didn't know that was the technical term for it. I'm going to fail that one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You looked in pain. It was kind of scary.
It's giving period.
You were like,
no, sorry, I can't.
Crazy face. This is this is Lisa's personal favourite, this one.
This is one of my favourite emojis. I think
it helps with a cross eye, like a...
Yeah.
Crying face. You got your Vicks?
Imagine I can actually cry
bear
on
with
demand.
1 second, let me just
I
pop
can't
that
cry on
out.
demand, but the foundation's on, so...
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was more the
that's
sad
more,
eye.
That's
that was
more
that.
the sad
Exactly
face.
what I was thinking.
Got screaming face.
This is a thumbnail.
Thumbnail.
I literally do that for my thumbnails. So when they're like thumbnail face, I'm like...
I did that yesterday for Casey's thing. They said to me, I'll act surprised. And I'm like...
Oh, I love a thumbnail face.
Living my
it's
YouTube
the cringiest thing.
It is, isn't it?
It's giving like James Charles Imposter. What's that game that we all used to play?
What the...
when you was an imposter.
I've forgotten what it's called, but everyone talks about it. Mafia, is that the one? No?
No,
that's not the one.
No.
I don't know, I'm too old.
That game, I can't remember what it's called, but I just remember everyone played it and it was like all the thumbnails were like, Tara Yummy, like...
I know, but I can't remember what the game was.
Among Us.
Yeah, that's the one.
But they did real life and like everyone, like Jeffree Star was like, everyone was like that. That's my favourite thumbnail.
Grimacing face. I feel like you need a bit of a wider... Yeah. Okay, I'll pass that. I'll pass that. Well, you did well. You did well.
I tried.
Someone knows their emojis.
Honestly, I do.
I want to touch on something. Relationships. You're in a relationship currently, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. We're not going to touch on it too much, don't worry. How long have you been together and where did you meet?
Oh my God. Okay.
Why has my tone changed so soft?
Yeah, isn't it? I feel like I'm literally about to get interrogated. First of all, we met for Instagram. It's a really boring story.
Oh.
I followed him and we were talking for quite a while. And then we finally, he actually asked me out properly at the Ned.
You had met though?
But no, yeah.
Okay, cool.
We've met quite a lot of times. He met my family. I met his before he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then he asked me out at the Ned on the 28th of September. And it's a Taylor Swift song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Stop
Everyone,
it.
honestly.
Oh my God. So that was planned, yeah?
So he literally had planned the whole thing and was like, you need to get ready. We're going out for dinner with my family and you're meeting like my whole family.
Right.
And I was like, well, a bit forward, mate. You haven't even put a ring on it yet. No, I'm joking. I love his family. But he was like, we're going out for dinner at the Ned. And I was like, I've never been to the Ned. Ooh.
Yeah.
So I got this like cute dress on, did my hair, did my makeup. Then I was crying because my makeup looked awful. Oh. So I had like a really snotty nose when I first met him. I was like,
Vicks.
sorry, I've been really upset. And then I was like, so where's your family? He's like, oh, they couldn't come because my auntie fell ill. I was so not with it.
Right.
So I was like, okay. Sat down. He was like, they've changed the table to just us two. And then the waiter brings over like this thing and it was a scratchy card that said, will you be my girlfriend?
Aww.
And then he brought over 100 roses.
Oh, that's really cute.
So yeah, that's how he asked me to be his girlfriend.
I have a question for you because I ask everyone this. Did you say I love you before that or after that? Like, what's your timeline? Because I find it confusing because some people ask each other out before saying I love you. I'm more of like, you have to love that person surely to be with them.
That's what we did.
That's what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just,
first.
yeah, of course. I'm like, why would I ever get with someone if I don't love them?
Yeah, no. We said I love you first.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I properly started talking to him like properly at Reading Festival.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'd obviously followed him and we've been texting for ages. And then I come home from Spain because I was in Spain for like 2.5 weeks.
Love it, Spain, didn't you?
So I do love Spain. So when I come back from Marbella, I was like, right, okay, like I'm actually like home now. Like I've not got any holidays booked. So I was like, oh, like I'll see you at Reading. And then we went to Reading, and yeah, since then.
Does he do the same line of work? Or
no,
is
he's football.
Outside of it. Oh, okay, fine.
So he does like the football side, and then I do the influencing side. But we actually had.
It's giving wag. I love it.
It's giving.
It's giving wag.
Give you what's it, like a Range Rover?
Yeah,
what do they drive in?
Yeah, no,
Merc.
you need a Evoque. You need I
need the sunglasses. I need a Skims fit. I need it all.
Yeah, I can see it though.
I'm seeing, yeah. But yeah, when I first actually posted him, it wasn't me that posted him first. I don't know if you saw, he got leaked on social media.
He got leaked?
Yeah. So I was on a tube with him and he was we were going out to Toca Social.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
The perfect opportunity. He's a footballer.
Next door
I like
to
football.
me.
Isn't it?
Love it.
Should have popped in. So we went to that and someone filmed us, like a 20-year-old boy on the tube, walking past us and like filming us, and I had no idea.
How bizarre.
And we were walking in front of him and he was filming us the whole time down, and it got like millions of views. I've had so many of the influencer girls come up to me being like, oh my God, like all the older girls. I was like, how do you all know about this? This is
really?
So someone had basically filmed him and me and leaked it all over social media. So then I felt almost pressured into talking about it because I didn't really want to talk about it.
I understand. Yeah.
But I thought if I don't, you're going to leak it more and it's just going to get more and more attention.
It is better to just address things probably. No, you don't have to go into it in detail, but I think, if you don't, then people think it's like they're unveiling like a secret of yours.
Yeah, and I hate it.
Don't want to give them that satisfaction to do that.
So I was like, you know what, shut it down. I've got a boyfriend, whatever. And then I showed me holding my roses, and then I thought, you know what, why not? So
do you think anyone will see more of him on social media, or do you kind of want to keep that separate?
Like I post him sometimes, but it's nothing that like I'm not plotting like, this content will be great. Do you know what I mean? Like if it happens, like he gets on my socials, he gets on it. But I think it would definitely be hard not to show him.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of your life, isn't it?
Yeah, and I show so much in my life. Like my Snapchat see everything. So
I was going to say, I don't even want to imagine what your Snapchat story is like. I find it so hard, Ami, to like do as someone that just does TikTok and Instagram. I just think, oh my God, I can't like find the time.
I probably do like 100 stories on Snapchat a day.
Truly, it's the best. It's hell on earth for me. Good. You know, it took me, this is so embarrassing because I feel so old. I did a Q&A thing, and then I said to George, I had to call him and be like, how do I reply to people like on the Q&A?
Do you know what? It is confusing when you're used to your Instagram though.
Oh, it's like a different world. So
I get it, but I do think like, I always say to people, try to do all of it, and especially Snapchat. It's amazing. It's really, really good.
Try my best.
You can do it.
What is your ick or pick about your man?
Ick is like he really likes to be like zen sometimes. And like we went to a spa the other day, and I was like, can we talk? Like, can we talk? Like we're just sitting in the pool, and he's just like, and I was like, do you want to like? And he was like, we don't need to talk about unnecessary things all the time. I'm trying to chill. And I said, you what?
That is, I
am the biggest waffler.
Yeah, but that's so Gen Z as well. Like, who was it? My friend, I'm not going to say her name because I'm going to throw her under the bus. She got with like a barman that ended up being 18, and she woke up next to him the next morning, and he was like, she started speaking, and he was like, I'm really sorry. I just need to decompress and like manifest today before speaking to you. And she was like, the fuck? And so like, I do feel like...
That's a different story. He doesn't do that. Like, imagine I'm like, nice to see you again.
Imagine,
he's like, wait.
I just need to decompress and manifest today's goals, and then I'll be right with you.
No, he's not
Maybe
that
we should all
bad,
take that on.
But he's just sometimes like, he doesn't want to waffle with me, and I'm like, can we just waffle, please?
Waffling's good sometimes. Glass of wine and a waffle.
I just sit there, like we were in the pool, and I was like, so what do you think of like your auntie? Like I just asked the weirdest questions, and he was not on my level. He was like, Emily, we're at a spa, like please.
Yeah.
So I think that's his ick, because he's not on my level.
Okay.
When it comes to like, I don't
like yin and yang
though.
though.
But he's very calm. This is my pick for him. Is he's really, really good when it comes to goals. Like he knows what he wants.
Okay.
He's really, really like clever with that kind of vibe. And also like he's so good at like taking care of himself, and like he always makes himself look good. And like he drinks water with salt, which I think's so weird.
Come on, electrolyte king.
Exactly.
Bit of lemon.
Like he's really like weird. And I'm like, wow. I wish I was as healthy as you.
I wish I was put together like
honestly,
that.
Like me eating a San Carlo truffle ravioli like every day, like posting on my story like I'm out for dinner again.
Put a bit of salt in it, you're fine.
Honestly, I might as well, electrolytes and that. But I definitely say that's probably my pick, is like he's really, really like good at taking care of himself.
Like he's got his shit together by the sounds of it.
Yeah, and also like he's just like really good to me. Like he always wants to like take me out and like see me and stuff. So it's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cute. Well, I wanted to end on the note of what your plans are for the future. Obviously, we're nearing the end of this year, but have you got any goals for next year, or anything in the works that you're excited about? I mean, you probably can't speak about it like every single person that comes on the pod.
I hate having to be that girl.
Is there anything that... Put it this way, is there anything you'd like to do in the next couple of years? Like,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, I turn 18 next year. And if you didn't know, it's an absolute ag to try work with companies, because most of them are over 18 insured. So there's a lot of companies that like, I can't work. Like, honestly, you'd be surprised. Or events that they're like, how old is she? Oh, she can't come. It's an 18 or over event.
Okay.
So I think next year, I really, really want to be able to like do a lot more, and like the higher end brands I can start working with. That will be amazing.
Okay.
I've got a business coming out.
Ooh.
And it's going to be so amazing. So we just finalised the name 2 days ago.
Oh, amazing.
So it's a really, really great team. Like everyone that I'm doing it with, I'm so happy with them. Like they're amazing. That comes out in April. So we've got quite a while.
Yeah.
But
it will fly by though.
I'm really,
you've got time
really
to be
excited.
prepped. Yeah.
And yeah, there's going to be more meet and greets with that. There's going to be like tours and things. So it's going to be really exciting. I think, people are going to love that. But then, just other things that I'm working with, so many cool brands at the moment. And I feel like I just love like doing everything and anything.
Yeah.
Like my manager's like, you need a break. And I'm like, no, I don't.
I'm the same as you.
I don't like breaks.
I just think like whilst it's fun and whilst it's all happening, like just grab everything by the balls
take the
and
opportunities and do what you want to do kind of thing. But my manager literally cherishes like, you need a break. You need a day off. She's like, you've been in Manchester, Liverpool, here. And I'm like, I love it.
Yeah.
Let me
just
travel
touring.
more.
Tour goalie.
Definitely. I think that's my like goal for next year, is to like keep doing what I'm doing on a cooler and funner scale. And like,
it sounds like you're going to be busy.
Yeah, I'm going to be really busy. This brand is taking up all my life already, but there's just so much coming out. And actually something's coming out on the 3rd of December. And it's something that I've never come out with before. And I can't give you many hints because it's not really like a product.
Oh.
But you're going to love it, and it's really cool. But I need to come bring you up with me, and you can come.
3rd of December. I'm going up.
We're going up.
We're going up.
Yeah, you can meet me soon anyway. There'll be another meet and greet coming soon up north.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
I really appreciate you popping by. I'm so glad we managed to make this happen after so long.
I know. I really, really was excited for this one. I'm not going to lie.
No, you've been amazing. Thank
you. Thanks so much.
And for everyone at home, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and rate us 5 stars on Spotify. And we will see you next week. Thank you so much.
Bye.